tensions across the Middle East are escalating once again as Iran-backed militias claim to unleash a wave of attacks targeting American interests. The Islamic Resistance in Iraq says it has carried out at least 27 operations against U.S. bases and military targets within just 24 hours. In a statement posted on the Telegram messaging platform, the group said its fighters launched drone and missile strikes against what it called enemy bases used by U.S. forces. The group did not disclose the exact locations of most of the alleged attacks, and there are no immediate reports of casualties or damage. However, the Islamic Resistance in Iraq says the attacks are part of a wider campaign targeting American military presence across the region. The organization is an umbrella group made up of several Iran-backed armed factions that previously fought against the Islamic State group. In its latest statement, the group said the attacks were carried out in retaliation for the killing of resistance fighters and in response to what it described as ongoing aggression. It also invoked the death of Iran's supreme leader, Sayyid Ali Hosseini Khamenei, describing him as a martyr whose blood must be avenged. According to the group, one drone strike on Friday targeted what it called a vital target in the Iraqi city of Duhok. The militia also claimed responsibility for a separate drone attack against what it described as a vital American target in Jordan.
So this title is saying Cuba was
next. Said it had
next.
launched another drone operation targeting a U.S.-linked site in Erbil in northern Iraq. While independent confirmation remains limited, the claims highlight growing regional tensions and the expanding role of Iran-aligned militias in the conflict.
The war is spreading. What began as a confrontation between Iran, Israel, and the United States is now pulling in a new and dangerous player. Iraq's armed resistance. The battlefield just got bigger. In a stunning escalation, the Islamic Resistance in Iraq claims it has shot down a U.S. drone in Iraqi airspace. The target? A powerful American surveillance and strike platform, the MQ-9 Reaper. The drone was reportedly brought down over Salah al-Din province, sending a clear signal that Iraq's resistance factions are now stepping directly into the widening war. And that was just the beginning. In a dramatic statement, the group declared it has carried out 29 separate operations in just 24 hours. Dozens of drones, cruise missiles, even tactical ballistic strikes, all aimed at American military bases across Iraq and the wider region. The message from the resistance is blunt. If Washington wages war against Iran, Iraq's militias will fight back. One faction, Saraya al-Yadam, claims its fighters unleashed a drone swarm attack on a U.S. base near Erbil International Airport. The target? Harir Air Base, a key American military installation in northern Iraq. According to the group, the strike scored direct hits. If confirmed, it marks one of the most intense
This is getting scary, dude.
U.S. forces in the region in recent years.
Crazy.
Meanwhile, anger is boiling on the streets. In Baghdad, crowds gathered near the United States Embassy in Baghdad, protesting what they call American aggression across the Middle East. Security forces scrambled to keep demonstrators from breaching the embassy compound as tensions surged. But the resistance groups say this is only the beginning. In a fiery warning, the Iraqi resistance declared that any country joining Washington's campaign against Iran will be treated as an enemy. Their statement was chilling. Any foreign force participating in the war, any base supporting it, any interest tied to it, will become a legitimate target. With Iranian forces clashing across multiple fronts, Israeli strikes pounding Lebanon, and American bases now under fire in Iraq, The conflict is no longer contained. It is spreading from the mountains of Iran to the deserts of Iraq to the skies over the Gulf. And tonight, one thing is becoming clear. The region is sliding toward a much wider war. Because the Iraqi resistance has made its choice, they are entering the fight, and the storm is only getting bigger.
Smoke rises over the mountains of western Iran, and Tehran is sending a message. No one crosses the line. Hundreds of fighters, armed Kurdish units moving from the Iraqi frontier, a bold attempt to open a new front against the Iranian state. Officials in Washington and Tel Aviv confirm the movement, militants pushing toward Iranian territory, hoping to stretch Tehran's forces thin. But Iran says the gamble failed, spectacularly. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the feared Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, claims it crushed the incursion. According to Tehran, every US-backed Kurdish fighter who tried to enter Iran was neutralized. The Iranian Ministry of Intelligence says separatist units attempting to infiltrate through the western border suffered heavy losses after intense fighting. And Iran isn't stopping there. The IRGC says it struck militant bases across the frontier in Iraq, targeting Kurdish strongholds inside the Kurdistan region. Tehran calls it an Israeli-American plan to ignite unrest inside the country. But Iran insists the plot collapsed under overwhelming force. The Kurdish groups involved are among the most organized armed opposition factions confronting the Iranian government. Thousands of fighters based along the Iran-Iraq border. Their strategy? Force Iran to fight on multiple fronts, stretch the regime's security forces, and ignite pressure inside major Iranian cities. But Iran's response is blunt, brutal, and unmistakable. Tehran is signaling it is not ready to bow down, not to insurgents, not to foreign pressure, not to anyone testing its borders. The message from Iran tonight is simple. Cross the frontier and face the storm. Because in this escalating regional showdown, Iran is in beast mode, and the border just became a battlefield.
Iran launched a massive attack on separatists in neighboring Iraq's Kurdistan province amid reports that the CIA could fund and arm the Kurdish forces to spark an uprising in the Islamic Republic.
Alright guys, I'm just got a little bit distracted, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fucking my friend just won 100k, bro. That shit crazy. Off a scratch ticket too. That shit insane, but this this war I think is more insane. I'm gonna keep on reacting to more and more clips. I didn't want to say too much because I was sort of taking in all the info and just listening. It was very, very interesting. And bro, this is gonna stop low key, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be posting more and more vids. So make sure you subscribe and like, guys. And yeah.